Days of Our Lives spoiler unfolds in Salem. Welcome back to the Days of Our Lives channel. Wednesday, July 23rd, where family secrets, kidnappings, and custody battles take center stage in the ever-turbulent world of Salem. Shocking revelations about Tate and Brady in the heart of Salem's ongoing sagas. Sophia emerges as a pivotal figure with groundbreaking news that could reshape the lives of Tate and his father, Brady, played by the talented Eric Martsolf. The young mother has been harboring a monumental secret that ties directly into the black family dynamics. Just imagine the weight of carrying such a burden in a town where whispers travel faster than the wind. Sophia's recent experiences have thrust her into a whirlwind of decisions, each more complicated than the last, as she navigates the complexities of parenthood and deception. Expanding on this, Sophia delivered Tate's baby boy only a handful of days prior, but chose to shroud the event in mystery. Teaming up with the cunning Melinda, she orchestrated an elaborate ruse, pretending the birth occurred in a quiet suburban clinic far from prying eyes. To add layers to their scheme, they fabricated a story about welcoming a baby girl, only to swiftly place her with foster parents in a distant location. This clever misdirection ensures that Tate and Brady remain oblivious to the true gender and whereabouts of the child, creating an impenetrable barrier of lies. Picture the emotional toll this takes. Sophia wrestling with guilt while Melinda pulls strings like a master puppeteer. The plan's ingenuity lies in its simplicity, exploiting legal loopholes and emotional distances to keep the little girl forever out of reach, leaving the family in a state of perpetual uncertainty. Now the burning question looms. Will Tate, with his youthful impulsiveness, or his more seasoned father Brady, stir up trouble over this hidden truth? Brady's history of overcoming personal demons might give him the edge in sniffing out deceit, but Tate's distractions could prove costly. One can't help but reflect on Tate's priorities. He was busy arranging a romantic outing with his girlfriend, right as Sophia was on the verge of labor. This lapse in judgment highlights the reckless side of young love, where dates overshadow impending family crises. Perhaps a heartfelt confrontation is on the horizon, where Brady steps in to guide his son through the maze of responsibilities, turning this secret into a catalyst for growth and reconciliation. The kidnapping ordeal involving Holly and Ari shifting gears to another high-stakes plotline. The abduction of Holly and Ari stems from a dangerous web of unpaid debts and misguided assumptions. Doug, entangled in financial woes, borrowed from some unsavory characters, and then rationalized skipping repayment by citing his empty pockets. It's a classic tale of desperation meeting delusion, where Doug naively believed his creditors would sympathize with his plight. But in Salem, where grudges fester like open wounds, such optimism rarely pays off. The kidnappers, fueled by resentment, have their own agenda and are eager to express it directly to Doug in no uncertain terms. Delving deeper, the kidnapping unfolded with chilling precision. Holly and Ari were snatched in broad daylight, a bold move that sent shockwaves through their families. Doug's debt originated from a shady business deal gone sour, involving underground gambling rings that he thought he could outsmart. The bad guys, a group of enforcers with ties to Salem's underbelly, didn't take kindly to his excuses. They view his non-payment as a personal affront, deciding that a face-to-face reckoning is necessary to drive home their point. Envision the tense standoff. Doug cornered, sweat beading on his forehead, as the kidnappers lay out their grievances, perhaps even demanding collateral beyond money. This confrontation could escalate into a full-blown crisis, forcing Doug to confront the consequences of his actions and seek unlikely alliances to resolve the mess. With Ari now out of immediate danger, having been rescued through a daring operation involving quick-thinking relatives, Gabby finds herself with breathing room to redirect her energies. Her entrepreneurial spirit reignites as she turns attention to her thriving business ventures, which have been simmering on the back burner amid the chaos. Enter Tony, her former brother-in-law, who arrives with a proposition that's as alluring as it is strategic. This offer might involve a partnership in a luxury fashion line or an investment in Gabby's expanding empire, promising mutual benefits and a chance to mend old family rifts. Tony's charm and business acumen make the deal hard to resist, potentially opening doors to new opportunities while weaving in elements of forgiveness and collaboration. Custody chaos surrounding baby Victoria amid the flurry of Salem scandals. Little Victoria becomes an innocent pawn in her parents' escalating conflict. Xander, in a bold and controversial move, separated the infant from her mother Sarah, citing unresolved custody issues that stem from their stormy relationship history. The reasons behind this separation remain shrouded in mystery, perhaps tied to Xander's past indiscretions or Sarah's professional demands as a doctor, but it's clear that emotions run high. Xander's actions underscore a deeper truth. Fatherhood demands far more than whimsical moments like reading fairy tales or hosting pretend tea parties. It requires stability, trust, and legal clarity. To elaborate, Xander whisked Victoria away to a secluded spot, maybe a cozy cabin on the outskirts of town, believing it was in her best interest amid the parental discord. Sarah, heartbroken yet determined, has been fighting tooth and nail to prove her worth as a parent, demonstrating through actions that true caregiving involves nurturing emotional bonds and providing a secure environment. Despite lacking full legal authority to withhold Victoria indefinitely, Xander has shown sporadic generosity by permitting supervised visits. These encounters are bittersweet, Sarah cherishing every smile and coo, while Xander grapples with his protective instincts. Yet, the core dispute lingers, with court dates looming and mediators possibly stepping in to untangle the web of accusations and counterclaims. In essence, this custody battle mirrors broader themes in Salem, where love and resentment collide, often leaving children in the crossfire. As the situation simmers, one wonders if Xander and Sarah can find common ground, perhaps through counseling or a surprising revelation that shifts perspectives. The resolution feels distant, but the journey promises intense drama, heartfelt pleas, and maybe even a path to co-parenting harmony. Parenting struggles in Salem. A tale of love, loss, and resilience in the quiet hum of the hospital reception area, where the faint scent of antiseptic lingers and the soft murmur of voices creates a comforting backdrop. Sarah Horton sat on a worn leather chair, clutching a steaming cup of coffee. She handed another to Javi Hernandez, her longtime friend and confidant, whose tired eyes betrayed the weight of his worries. The two had shared countless moments like this, sipping coffee, trading stories, and navigating the complexities of life in Salem. Today, their conversation turned to their children, Holly and Ari, and the challenges of raising them in a town that seemed to pulse with secrets and dangers. Javi leaned back, his brow furrowed as he spoke about his daughter, Tesoro. His voice was warm but tinged with concern. "She's my heart, Sarah. Tesoro's got this spark, you know? She's curious, always asking questions, always running headfirst into everything. But I can't shake this fear. What if something happens to her? This town, it's not like it used to be. Kidnappings, disappearances. It's like Salem's got a dark cloud hanging over it." His words carried the weight of a father's love, but also the shadow of dread. He mentioned PTSD, a lingering fear that the traumas of Salem's chaotic past might leave lasting scars on his little girl. "She's tough, but she's just a kid. I don't want her growing up afraid." Sarah nodded, her own heart heavy with similar fears. "I get it, Javi. Holly and Ari, they're growing up in the same world. I try to shield them, but it's like danger's always lurking around the corner. I mean, kidnappings? It's not just a story on the news here. It's real. It's personal." She paused, her fingers tightening around her coffee cup. "But you're doing right by Tesoro. You're there for her and you've got a great support system. Family, friends, us. That counts for a lot. More than you might think." Javi's face softened, a small smile breaking through his worry. "Yeah, you're right. I'm lucky. Tesoro's got people who love her, and I'm grateful for that every day. I can't imagine letting her go. Not for a second." His voice cracked slightly, betraying the depth of his bond with his daughter. Tesoro was his world, a bright light in the midst of Salem's storms, and the thought of losing her, even to the natural progression of growing up, was almost too much to bear. Sarah's eyes glistened as she reached out to touch his arm. "I know exactly how you feel," she said softly. It's like your heart's walking around outside your body. I felt that way with Rachel and now with Victoria. Her voice trailed off and she swallowed hard. She's with Xander now, and I miss her so much it hurts. It's like a piece of me is missing, and I can't get it back. The pain of separation was a wound Sarah carried daily. Her daughter Victoria, with her bright eyes and infectious giggle, was now in the care of her ex, Xander Kyriakis. The arrangement was supposed to be temporary, a way to give Victoria stability while Sarah sorted through the chaos of her life. But Xander, with his fiery temper and stubborn streak, had made it clear he wasn't letting Victoria go without a fight. Sarah's heart ached at the thought of her little girl growing up without her, and the hospital's sterile walls seemed to close in as she spoke. Later that day, Sarah's emotions boiled over. Alone in a quiet corner of the hospital, she dialed Xander's number, her hands trembling with a mix of anger and desperation. When he answered, her voice was sharp, cutting through the line like a blade. "Xander, you're keeping her from me. Victoria is my daughter, and you're deliberately shutting me out." Her words tumbled out, raw and unfiltered. "You're tearing us apart, and I swear, if you don't stop this, you'll regret it." In a moment of fury, she told him to hurt himself and slammed the phone down, her chest heaving as tears streamed down her face. Kayla Johnson, Sarah's trusted friend and colleague, happened to be passing by and saw the distress etched across Sarah's face. Without hesitation, she crossed the room and enveloped Sarah in a warm, reassuring hug. "Sarah, what's wrong?" Kayla asked, her voice gentle but firm. "Everything," Sarah sobbed, her words muffled against Kayla's shoulder. "Xander's keeping Victoria from me, and I can't stand it. She's my daughter, Kayla, my little girl, and he's acting like I don't even exist. It's not fair." Kayla held her tightly, letting Sarah's tears soak into her scrubs. "Your feelings are completely justified," she said, her tone steady and comforting. "You're her mother, and no one can take that away from you. What Xander's doing, it's wrong, and you have every right to be angry." Sarah pulled back slightly, wiping her eyes. "I just don't know what to do. I thought I could trust him, but his temper, it's like a storm waiting to break. I'm afraid he'll get so caught up in his rage that he won't see who he's hurting. Victoria could get caught in the crossfire, and I can't let that happen." Kayla nodded, her expression a mix of empathy and determination. "You're right to worry about his temper. Xander's always been a loose cannon, but you're not alone in this, Sarah. You've got people who care about you, who'll fight for you and Victoria." She paused, a playful glint in her eye. "You know, I could always ask my brother to send an ISA agent to give Xander a little scare. Shake some sense into him." Sarah let out a shaky laugh, the tension in her chest easing slightly. "Don't tempt me, Kayla. I'm half ready to take you up on that." She sighed, her laughter fading. "I just feel so foolish sometimes. I chose to have a child with him knowing he's, well, a time bomb, and now I'm paying the price." Kayla shook her head firmly. "Don't do that to yourself, Sarah. You loved him and you made a choice based on that love. Victoria's a beautiful gift, and no one can take that away from you. Not even Xander. You're a strong, incredible mother, and you'll find a way through this. I know you will." Sarah's heart lifted slightly at Kayla's words, though the ache remained. She thought about Victoria's chubby cheeks, her tiny hands reaching out for a hug, and the way her laughter could light up even the darkest days. The thought of losing those moments forever was unbearable, but Kayla's support gave her a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, she could fight for her daughter and win. The conversation shifted to the broader challenges of parenting in Salem. Both Sarah and Kayla knew the town was no ordinary place. From mysterious disappearances to power struggles that seemed to ripple through every family, Salem was a town where danger and drama were never far away. "It's not just Xander," Sarah admitted. "It's everything. The kidnappings, the secrets, the constant feeling that something's about to go wrong. How do we protect our kids in a place like this?" Kayla sighed, her years as a doctor and mother giving her a weary perspective. "It's not easy, that's for sure, but we do it one day at a time. We love them, we listen to them, and we teach them to be strong. And when things get tough, we lean on each other. That's what keeps us going. As the day wore on, Sarah found herself reflecting on her conversation with Javi and Kayla. Parenting in Salem was a battle. One fought not just against external threats, but against the doubts and fears that lived within. Javi's love for Tesoro, her own longing for Victoria. These were the ties that bound them, the reasons they kept fighting. And though the road ahead was uncertain, Sarah knew she wasn't alone. With friends like Kayla by her side and a fierce determination in her heart, she would do whatever it took to bring her daughter back into her arms. In Salem, where shadows loomed large and danger was never far, the love of a parent was a light that refused to be extinguished. For Sarah, for Javi, and for every mother and father in this complicated town, that love was worth every struggle, every tear, and every fight. It was a reminder that even in the darkest moments, hope could still shine through.